Big Mama, Miss Johnson, the block was the block. I grew up right down the street from there on 6 miles from mine. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in my hood. So yeah, so my grandmother, man, she was one of the most strongest women that I ever seen in my life, and I didn't realize that until she got older. You know what I'm saying? So I remember when I was little, she worked at a factory in Honolulu, a laundry where they was hand sewing uniform, there was hand sewing names and everything, my hand. So she took pride in that, and she used to take me to her job every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? So I would see where she would maneuver. Other than that, she raised 6 kids. She had 6 kids, so she was pretty much a homemaker, also the bread maker and everything else in our family. You know what I'm saying? And she was the matriarch. Yeah. So she was the matriarch from when I was born up until I was grown. You know what I'm saying? So she instilled some work ethics in me, in my family, that's undescribable. Like I said, we talking about catching a bus from 6 miles to Woodward to the fairground. I don't know if y'all know about the fairground.
Yeah. Up here.
We get transfers.
Yeah.
Head downtown. She'll go get a check on Friday. This was our grandson and grandmother day on Friday. So we get on the bus. She's gonna pick her check up or whatever. We get back on the Woodward bus and get down and go down towards Woodward and Hudson's. So we go to the Woodward. I think it was the Woodward from Crussies. It was one of them. Yeah. So catch the bus back home. You know what I'm saying? And I seen her struggling. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't really considered struggling because she made it look easy. But she was, she was holding the family down, which I said, and her sons was dealing with different situations in their lives. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like our family had a silver spoon in our mouth. We was in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Alcoholism, drug addiction in our family growing up. So back to my grandmother, she was the one that held the family together. So she ended up developing cancer, and she still survived breast cancer. And then, like this woman was strong, she would be on the bus, go to the grocery store, and come back with bags and just heavy stuff, and making sure to make holiday times, feeding up, making sure our family got adequate meals, especially sweet potato pies and pound cakes and everything. And this was before Uber, so I was an Uber driver dropping off stuff. So shout out to my grandmother, may she rest in peace. Like I said, so next thing is I want to give a shout out to my OG, to my mother, my OG. You know what I'm saying? She's not here. She's in North Carolina right now. You know what I'm saying? But she's the one that stood on my grandmother's back and then carried on. So she carried on the tradition and instilled some other morals and values and things in my life coming up as a single mother. So y'all got to understand the single mother aspect of growing up, especially in the 80s.
Yeah.
You did. So like I said, it was a rough time. It was a time where designers clothes came out, Sassoon, Jordache, and Calvin Klein. So one day, when I got into middle school, I wanted to start dressing fly too. You did. So I was like, Mom, can we go to, I need this? And she said, no, I'm not, I was a plain pocket kid, basic Levi's, instead, you know what I'm saying? So she's like, no, one day, she's like, no, you put your own name on your behind. You know what I'm saying? She's like, you don't need to be wearing no other man name or no other, excuse my language, but other no white man brand. That's not the knock no designer, because I say I'm still into designing clothes, but to an extent. So she instilled that, but it was a rough struggle between me and my mother, because she was trying to save me from the streets, which I had gravitated to. I had gravitated to the streets, kind of heavy, and they would have dabbled, you know what I'm saying? But the thing about my mother is, and my whole family, I'm gonna get to that, to my family. The thing about this is that no matter what I did, no matter how I did or whatever, it was unconditional love. she supported me, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like she threw the towel in on me, but she could have several times. She could have threw the towel, she could have said, I give up, I prayed for you, you know what I'm saying? And gave up on me. And to this day right now, she's still rocking with me and riding me till the wheels fall off. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody shoot me
Back to the morals and values of her. Like I said, growing up, it was a struggle. Like I said, we stayed right across the street from my family, mom, you know what I'm saying? It was a struggle. So I was in and out the streets. Got into trouble a couple of times. She sent me away to Job Corps Trade School, and that was the best decision that I ever made for her. Because she gave me an ultimatum, either to a job or go to night school, or you going to trade school. I said, okay, I'm going to trade school. I want to get to work back then, you know what I'm saying? So I went to trade school, got my GED and my certificate in nursing training. Came back home, tried to, this was I was 19 years old, came back home, tried to regroup and start my life over from my adolescent life. Met my wife in 1987, 88. So that's when I met her. So I met her, and remind you, I was still trying to find my way, trying to, you know what I'm saying, trying to be a man in the streets, or I'm a man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Met her, we grew up like in the, I'm gonna say South Chaser area, dope, you know what I'm saying? Back then, you know what I'm saying? Like, Somerset all days, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yes.
and she wasn't one of them chicks. So, you know, she has some upbringing and some morals and values, and I got to shout out to her mother and her grandmother, rest in peace, that had these same morals and values that my grandmother, my mother and family has had, other than just saying F you or whatever, or just putting you just, you know, we don't say that, I don't say that, no, that's my mother, that's my mom, you know what I'm saying, that's my white mother. So this is a package deal, because her grandmother had the same integrity and dedication and morals and values of life for black people and family. So these was queens, all of them was these different queens in my life at the same time. My auntie right here, Auntie Tootie, that's been she's more like my mother than my mother. Yeah, from day one I've been with her, like, you know what I'm saying, like I've been a baby, so I always was on her hip. And to this day, anything that I need for me, whatever, she's there for me. Like I say, I have a sports car. In the wintertime, she gives me her car to drive, so I don't have to drive my winter car, or we won't be down to a one-car family or whatever. So she's been very, 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 very instrumental in my life. And when I first started my business in 2012, I was selling t-shirts and gear out of my trunk and out of my basement. She was the one that gave me my first down payment to get my business started. So she my whole family, especially my mother and wife, they was on me. Like, okay, so let me go rewind. In 2006, I got caught up in the street life and ended up being incarcerated for 2 years. In Jackson, I went to Jackson. So out of 2 years, my whole family rode. My wife only missed 2 visits during them 2 years. So that was another reason why I love and I support her. And like I say, I just got like just admiration for my wife, because she's a ride or die chick. You know what I'm saying? It's not. And like I say, we about to celebrate 34. We about to celebrate 34 years this year. I give everything to God that has transpired in my life, and I thank God for me surviving the way my life that I have. I got a couple more minutes to go. My sister is here from Sheldon, North Carolina. These is all women in my life. You know what I'm saying? I gravitated, the men in my life was the principals and husbands that I gravitated to. Besides has the father that I have now, which is my mother's husband. So that's my dad. You know what I'm saying? So I probably had a dad, I had a pops that was doing his thing, but now I had a dad. Yeah. So, but this is my sister Rachel. She just flew in a couple of days ago from North Carolina to come kick it and see her brother. Talk that's it. So let me tell you about my little sister. This is my little sister, man. I was very, me being in the streets, I was very overprotective of her growing up. Because I didn't want her to follow the same route that the girls that I was chasing back then. You know? that was a no-no. You did. So this is my personal assistant, my secretary, my lawyer. I mean, anything that I need. Let me tell y'all a little something. So 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, when the Lions was winning, and we was almost about to go to the Super Bowl, my store got raided by the police. My store, they came in, they raided me, they shut the store down completely, gave me all kind of tickets, fines. $25,000, $30,000 later, between me and my sister, which was 9 out of 10 of the time, my sister was doing her work on her professional job in meetings, and at the same time, emailing the city of Detroit to make sure that I get my paperwork and my credentials and everything in order. So we went through purity hell, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was contemplating closing down. My sister was like, no, F that, no, we can't go through the hell for the hell of it. We about to make this happen. So I ended up, and by the blessings of God, we ended up completing everything we needed to do. We got the paperwork and our certificate, everything together. So we right down the street on 6 Mile in Southfield. We've been open for a year and a half now. Yeah, so that's about it. But the primary thing is, the moral of my story is that y'all, the women, is the backbone of us. You know what I'm saying? As far as businessman or whatever, I heard Keith talking about, or Coco talking about the different types of men. Yes, it's a variety of different men out here, but it's you attract how you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I salute to everybody, man. I appreciate this opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I hope my main goal for right now, like I said, my main goal was to try to make the women in my life proud of me right now.
All right.
You got that word?
Yes.
Thank y'all.